per my request about?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and it's posted?
That I have to, that hasn't been posted.
Okay,
Yeah.
it will be posted.
We just, yeah.
Okay, that's fine, that's all, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, so we're approving the minutes with the changes that will be posted.
Right.
All right?
Okay, Mr. DeStefano,
Yes.
Mr. Falcone,
Yes.
Ms. Gulan,
Yes.
Ms. Gravatt,
Yes.
Ms. Turkington,
Yes.
Ms. Polachina,
Yes.
and Mr. Francis.
Yes, thank you, Kathy.
Thank
Item
you.
7 is the superintendent's and HIP report.
Thank you, President Francis. I want to say, first of all, hello to everybody watching at home. Hello to folks here in the audience tonight, and happy summer. It's been a busy summer so far for us. We've had many camps going on in all different grade levels, in all different areas, and they've been really successful. A lot of really happy kids and parents, and I'm so thankful that we've been able to offer that. We do have ESY going on right now, and Ms. Miller is in the audience here with us, and been going very well. I want to update you on a couple other things. You do know that we have our own transportation that will be running this coming school year, and so that means that we purchased buses. This happened at a previous meeting. The board approved the purchase of those buses. Those buses are here. They are shining in yellow, as you would expect a school bus, and they smell like new school bus. It's very exciting, and I am looking forward to having a school year with more punctuality, more regularity, more reliability regarding our school buses. And that is very exciting for me to share with y'all. The buses are here. Additionally, I want to inform you that preschool expansion is something we've talked about several times throughout the year. You're aware that we're offering, in the end, in the next couple of years, we'll be able to offer free preschool to 90% of our universe of 3 and 4-year-olds in the town. This is a great thing for us, and many people have been reaching out to me to find out when can we sign up, how can we sign up, and here is the story on this. Preschool expansion, as part of this, we don't run our own preschools outside of preschool disabled students. So we do have preschoolers that attend our school district right now. We've had that for many years, but those are students that come in through early intervention and have IEPs. Those students will continue to attend our school district with no change. What preschool expansion is doing is it's empowering our students that are gen ed students to attend preschool. Now, there are options. Because we don't have preschool here locally in our school district, it means that we partner with other preschool providers. So we've been working with First Impressions, and we've been working with Head Start. Head Start in Hopatcong and anywhere is available to students that have to meet a threshold of income. So for low income folks, they'd have to qualify. They can attend Head Start. But Head Start they're only as big as they are. So there's often not many seats available there. We're working with Head Start to see if they can expand, but I can't force people to expand. First Impressions is in the same boat. So we partner with First Impressions with a Lake Hopatcong and a Stanhope location. I would like for them to offer another location, and they're currently in the process of trying to get a space so that they can have even more classrooms. Right now, I'm in a holding pattern waiting for First Impressions to let me know how many classrooms they have available. Once I have that, then I can start bringing people in. But right now, I can only take in a certain amount of seats because I just don't have the seats for them. I want more, and I have the money for it, but I need the other partnering organizations to be able to expand that. So that's my long update of saying I hope to have more information next month with these are how many classrooms we have available for folks. In other news, I've been speaking with Mr. Gruenfelder, and he is working on a focus group, and he's been generating a lot of really nice ideas. in that focus group that we've been bouncing around in our committees and among our board members, and we've been trying to effectuate some of those. So one of those is a beautification day, and that would be a handful of dates throughout the year where we would invite the public to join us in planting, some flowers around the entranceways of the building. We're preparing to do one at the beginning of the year. We're going to do another fall cleanup, and we'll do like a sort of springish end of the year. We have a flyer that I know Nicole is working on, and we're prepared to share that out very soon to the public with those dates. And at that point, we'll confirm the different organizations that are kind of working with us. I don't want to speak about the companies because we're still trying to get commitments from them, but I anticipate being able to share that with you. And that will be a kind of pitching day for the community. I'm hopeful we'll have some refreshments and some entertainment, and it can be a fun day where we're like weeding and smiling.
Weeding and smiling. That's the quote for Hopatcong for that one.
Weeding and smiling, that's right.
It's an oxymoron.
No, weeding, be careful now. Modic Park dates also. So during my Talk to Me Tuesdays, a member of the community came to me and said, Modic Park has these advertisements all over town of these kind of community events where you can get a table and you can have a presence there. Wouldn't it be something the schools would want to get involved in? And I mentioned it to the board members, and people were on board. And so we are going to have a presence there at the August Modic Park event, and in some of the subsequent months. I think this will be fun. You'll see me there at this August one. I'll probably be in a jacket and tie, and I'll probably be really hot, but come over and say hi to me. And it'll be a way for us to share some of the happenings in our school district, answer some of your questions, but also I anticipate having some student groups there that can talk, and maybe a parent group also. But that will be coming out to you by way of Blackboard very soon. AP exams, I want to highlight a exemplary student, Frankie Wolf. Frankie scored a 5 on both the history and English AP exams. And Frankie's not here, but round of applause. Now, for those that don't know what that means, AP exams are very rigorous exams that often they correlate with earning college credit. And so these are college level courses, college level tests, and they should put some money essentially in Frankie's pocket. And that's really great for us as well as a school district to be able to say that. Another one of those things I was saying that kind of resulted from those focus groups is state of the schools meetings. So my understanding is this is something that had been done by a previous superintendent, and it was well received by the community, essentially quarterly updates that go beyond a board meeting where it can just be to share out the pros and cons and kind of the vision of the district. I'm happy to say we're going to do that, and I hope that's helpful for the community. We will send out a advertisement that'll have all those dates listed. It'll be in the high school cafeteria. It'll be at 6 p.m. The first one's at the very end of August to kind of kick off the school year. And I'll be there to answer any questions and also share some things, and so will the principals and the director. And I should kind of reiterate to everyone, but you all know this. You don't need a state of the schools meeting to ask me a question. You know where to find me. You know my email, my phone number. I am also going to be out there again tomorrow on Talk to Me Tuesday. So don't wait with a burning question for that August meeting, but do come. I would love to have you there. Board of Ed goals meetings, and I anticipate there'll be a little bit of a conversation on this one, and so maybe we'll interrupt my report for the purposes of conversation. We had this originally scheduled, I believe, for August 15th. We would like to move that date. Scott, you want me to tell why? Or?
Yeah, no, I got jammed up with
Scott's
work,
gonna be out of town.
so I'm gonna be out of town.
But it's very important that we're all there, if we can be, because this is one of our more important meetings of the year. So I would like to take the pulse of the board, and if it's something where we could move it to that following Thursday, I would like to have that conversation now so that we could, 1, let the public know, and 2, look into the possibility of bringing an NJSBA rep to that meeting that would be, we have a rep, we pay for a rep. Kathy Halawa is our rep, and she could come to our meeting and kind of lead us through that process so that we have maybe better board goals than we've had in the past. So does that Thursday work, the following Thursday? That's
25th?
15th, 16th, 17th, 18th?
18th.
On the 18th.
And we can do it earlier if it's helpful.
Oh,
We can
we're-
start
yeah,
at
we're-
6 if you want.
So we're moving the long board meeting to the 18th.
I'm
Only if,
asking.
only if everybody's okay
I'm
with
okay.
it.
I'm
We
fine with it.
we can find any date that works. 'Cause
I'm
obviously-
away.
You're away, alright, so let's look.
Are you
I
away
can-
the 15th also?
I'll
Okay,
look at
so,
it. I can call in
oh, you could call me.
if you'd like.
Yeah, that was the same, we do it virtually?
We could.
Okay, then that works for me.
So virtual on the 18th, and if people are here in person.
Well, we'll do hybrid.
I was just saying, that could be
Right.
better.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Is that good with everyone?
Yeah.
Everyone?
Yeah, I'm
To
okay.
the end?
And I don't have to
Logistically,
wait. I
do
just have to
you have
change
a problem with that though? I mean, you usually come in, you usually use Zoom or something, right? You normally only have like one PC. Would you set up two PCs?
Yeah, or I'd have both of them the same one.
Both the same.
It doesn't matter. I could do it both in the same.
Okay.
It's a Zoom.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's that,
So
7 o'clock?
you and I
right?
would just dial into Zoom.
Huh?
Should we just all zoom in at that point? Would that
I'm gonna
be
come in
easier?
person, I like being in person.
No, I think,
Because especially if we're
I'm
gonna have a
just-
rep.
there's just two of us that are gonna be away, right?
That's it.
So I don't see that as a reason that we can't have a hybrid meeting.
I'm fine with it.
We've been doing it.
Good,
all
sure.
along.
It's ready for right now, just change the.
Okay, so can we do it at 7 or do you prefer to do it earlier?
That's dealer's choice, I'm ready to do it.
The only reason I say it might be helpful to do it earlier is so if we have more conversation, we're not, you know, I would hate for us to stop a meeting because it's getting late.
Yeah.
I would like us to feel like we're having a full conversation. And I'm not as concerned about it being too early for folks because we now kind of record them. So anybody that had a question or wants to pop on can do that, you know?
So 6. So you're
That's
saying-
what I would say, I would suggest.
6 PM on the 18th, and we're gonna have a rep from GS.
I'll reach out. I can't guarantee they're available, but I can try. Okay, great, thank you for that. A couple more points, and I know this is a longer one than normal, but we didn't have our normal committee meetings as we usually do in July. We kind of had them in like a hybrid fashion. I've been communicating with folks in different ways, but I wanted to draw your attention to our school schedule, because we had approved the school schedule and we built in 4 snow days. You may not remember this, so I'll just kind of remind also. At the time, we said any days that go beyond, if we had, say, 5 snow days, if the days that went beyond the built-ins would be virtual days, because there was a bill on the floor that would have made virtual snow days an option for school districts. That bill has not moved at all since March. It's just sitting there. And so I'm starting to get a little bit neurotically nervous that we won't have a backup plan if we have more than 4 snow days. And so I don't know that we need to act on anything, but I wanted to just kind of get that in your head as something that we should talk about.
I mean, we can always change it before school starts, right, or not?
We-
Like add more. We needed it.
No, we would just, the thing that we'd have to do is if we can't do virtual, we would have to tack days at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And the reason that would make me nuts is because I was really efforting to have a single standing high school graduation day that never changed. Because we ran into all sorts of trouble this past year with, you remember this? We had people at the board meeting saying, don't change that date, I have a grandparent coming in, and that's why I did my very darndest to say, this is the last day of school, this is the graduation, it's not gonna change. I would still like to be able to do that, but if this bill, nothing happens with this bill, my hands are gonna be tied. Let's hope we don't have more than 4 snow days, but that's just in my head.
So virtual days are possible then?
It's still possible, but I thought it would have gotten approved by now.
I got it.
Because it doesn't seem like anyone's against it,
Yeah, right.
but I don't know why it's not.
Yeah, there's
So there's no action, and I just wanted to tell you
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh, we just to interrupt you, we did have a meeting, the SAC committee had a meeting.
Yes, you had a meeting. The
Okay.
other committee didn't meet, and I did communicate with you.
Absolutely.
So, okay, Freedom to learn, speaking of which, is something that the SAC committee's been working on. It's really I spoke about this briefly last meeting, so I don't want to repeat myself too much, but basically it's a way of not accepting or allowing students to fail. So if a student is going to say, you know what, just give me an F, or let's say a student is working really hard and just doesn't master the material, we feel that as a school district, it's our responsibility to not accept that and to work with the student over and over until that student can show a level of mastery. And so we've been tossing around how best can we achieve that end. There are all sorts of kind of inherent difficulties in making that a possibility, but I want the people watching at home and the folks here to know that we are working on a plan that we would, of course, once we have it kind of crystallized a little more, we would work with teacher leaders and administrators to make this kind of go into action. But we're looking at ways that can we identify students that fail? Can we put them on a quick program toward kind of rehabilitation? And can we get them back on track? Some of you might say that sounds a bit like an RTI program. It is a bit like that, but we're talking about condensed related to like a single assessment rather than like an ongoing marking period grade per se. So I want you to know we are continuing to look into this. I know Phil's been spending a lot of time working with the SAC.
Right, to one point though,
Yeah.
it's not just for children. Not my intention is to be only for children that are having failing grades, but also for children that need to improve their grades from a D to a B or D to a C. Basically, get them a little bit more enthusiastic about learning and give them another opportunity to learn a bit more and master the class as best they can.
Perfect. Yeah, thanks for that clarification. In the end, I think we all agree that we feel that we want students to want to learn.
Yeah.
So that it's not
Socratic quest.
the Socratic quest. I love it. And so how can we best do it is our mission and we've been working on it. Last thing is we are having some stargazing, and you might have seen this go out. So Justin is a former graduate, and he is had spent all this time setting up this beautiful space in the backyard of the high school. We have had some events where we've had our own students viewing the stars and the moon and such, but we haven't had a big community event, at least in quite some time. And so we have two this summer. The first one is tomorrow evening. The weather's going to be very nice, and it is an opportunity to see moon, stars, some different planets. Justin is going to lead us through that, and he has a great wealth of knowledge. He's going to have a PowerPoint presentation there, a screen to take you through it, and we did collect RSVPs, and we have a big group of people coming. So it's going to be fun, and I want you to know that that's another effort to kind of engage the community in the summer. So all good stuff. HIB is, we had a second reading of our HIBs.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. What's the second date? You said there was 2 dates.
There are 2 dates. Tell you.
It's tomorrow.
One tomorrow, I heard that.
Yep. I will tell you. August 11th.
August 11th.
So the first one tomorrow is entitled Deep Space Objects, Galaxies, Star Clusters, Nebulae, and Comets. And then event 2, which is August 11th, is the supermoon, lunar observation. So all of that, we'll go into detail, and Justin McCarthy knows it, and don't ask me any further questions.
What time do they start? What time do those events start?
9. And last thing is the HIB. We didn't have any new readings because we're fortunate that we didn't have HIBs in any of these programs we've run this summer, but we did have a second reading for HIB the previous month, which would have been in June. And that is my report, and that was lengthy, and I appreciate your patience.
All right, thank you, Joe. Motion to approve item 7.
Move.
Thank you, Phil.
Second.
Was that?
Second.
Thank you, Jana. Any discussion on this? I just have quick discussion. I want to thank Joe to my right, Joe, and Nicole. I know you guys put a lot of time and effort into the beautification thing and rounding up troops and all that stuff. So
Good job.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Joe.
Got it.
Any other discussion?
I will tell you that the summer camps, the feedback I'm seeing about the cosmetology camp has been amazing. And the elementary school drama performance was so ridiculously good. It was 6 skits that were no more than 5 or 10 minutes long each. And the future of the high school drama program is amazing based off of the talent that we saw. And, I could not believe that they were like 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th graders. They were so ridiculously good that I can't even imagine when we get that middle school drama club going, and then the future, and next year's summer camp. There was over 100 people in attendance at those shows. It was unbelievable. It was amazing, and we had a couple students that helped out. The high school tech crew was there to help out Mrs. Bacci, and Cesar Arano, one of our actors, was there as an assistant director. It was unbelievable. It was so ridiculously good. It really was. It was ridiculously good.
Very cool.
Like, you can't
Yeah.
even, I could say it again. It was ridiculously good.
It's
Just
awesome.
say.
Awesome, all right.
Yeah.
Kathy?
Okay, Mr. DiStefano,
Yes.
Ms. Gulan,
Yes.
Ms. Polachina,
Yes.
Ms. Turkington,
Yes.
Ms. Gravatt,
Yes.
Mr. Falcone,
Yes.
and Mr. Francis.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Item 8 is parent-teacher organization representatives. Do we have anyone here that wants to speak on behalf of the parent-teacher organization?
I will say that, project graduation for 2023 is gonna be starting up, and we're gonna start to be doing some fundraising soon. And for those of you who have not gotten your Hopatcong Chiefs blankets, we still have those available. And we're hoping to attend some of those Hopatcong events in Monic Park as one of the organizations, so start to look out for those organizations to be there for that. But project graduation is hoping to be part of that very soon.
Cool, thank you. All right, is there a motion to approve item 8?
Yes, move it.
Second.
Thank you. Kathy, please call roll. I'm sorry, I'll keep doing that. Any discussion? Hearing none. Kathy, please call the roll.
Ms. Turkington,
Yes.
Ms. Polachina,
Yes.
Ms. Gulan,
Yes.
Mr. DiStefano,
Yes.
Mr. Falcone,
Yes.
Ms. Gravatt,
Yes.
and Mr. Francis.
Yes, thank you. Item 9 is public comment. If we have public comment,
This is your chance.
Hi, I'm Liz Giulietto. So I'm just here tonight with Jacqueline Sonati. So we're here on behalf of the Say Hi Foundation. Jackie's going to give you some brochures about the foundation. But we're a nonprofit and we give out money for special education. So we have teacher grants available. So if you have any of your teachers who would like to apply for a grant, last year we actually gave to the new LLD program in Tulsa Trail that started this year. We gave out a significant amount of money to that teacher, and she was able to buy iPads and sensory items and things to really help her begin the classroom there in Tulsa Trail. So we're just here to put our name out there to you guys and just let you know that if there's any needs, which I know there are financially for teachers with supplies and things like that for their classrooms, but we do specifically gear our grants towards special education. So
there's an email that if the teacher needed, all they have to do is email us, and we will email them the grant, and then the grant application, and then they fill it out.
you submit it, and then we review it, and then based on the need and what they're looking for and the amount, either they might get the whole amount. Sometimes, actually, last year we actually gave her more money than she asked for. So
Because she's starting a new program, and we're really excited for her. So
Good for you. Thank you.
Thank you
That's
so
great.
much.
yeah, and if you go to our social media, you'll see her picture with Mr. Burns' picture on there,
Yeah.
and the classroom, and the before and after and stuff. Yeah.
And what was your name?
Jacqueline Sonati, I'm the president. That's
Okay,
the
okay.
foundation was started in honor of my son Joseph.
Nice. Thank you so much. That's really amazing. And Liz.
yes,
I talked to you.
Yes,
I
I
just-
spoke on the phone.
Yeah, I've never seen you, so there you go.
Here I am.
Nice to see you.
She's my main trustee right here.
And
Okay, so-
we hold Hopatcong dear to our hearts because we are both graduates.
Mhm. We
and
grew up here.
We grew up here, so, you know, we like to give back to the
Uh-huh.
community where we
Yeah.
grew up.
Yeah, we love Hopatcong, so.
So,
Yeah.
Thank you both.
And I'll work with the table also.
Thank you. Good, that's all.
Okay.
I don't even wanna move on from that.
I know.
Yep.
All right, item 10 is finance, and I'm gonna ask for a motion for 10 and 11 because they're both finance. One is from June 30th, the other is from July 25th, which is today. And so we have a motion to approve item 10, A through D, and item 11, A through D.
Yeah. I'll move 10 and 11. in
Thank
the
you,
entirety.
Jackie. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none. Kathy, please call the roll.
Mr. Falcone,
Yes.
Ms. Gravatt,
Yes.
Ms. Turkington,
Yes.
Ms. Polachina,
Yes.
Ms. Gulon,
Yes.
Mr. DeStefano,
Yes.
and Mr. Francis.
Yes, thank you, Kathy.
You're welcome.
Item 12 is personnel, and I'm gonna ask for a motion to approve items
Well-
A through O.
I'll move it.
Thank you,
Second.
thank you. Any discussion on item 12, personnel? Hearing none. Kathy, please call roll.
Okay. Mr. Falcone,
Yes.
Ms. Gravatt,
Yes.
Mrs. Turkington,
Yes.
Mr. DeStefano,
Yes.
Ms. Gulon,
Yes.
and Ms. Polachina,
Yes.
and Mr. Francis.
Yes, thank you. All right. Can I ask for somebody to move the rest of the agenda from 13 to 16 and the addendum? Just 'cause I feel like we're grooving here, so,
Get it over with. I'll move it.
all right, thank you. Is there a second? Phil?
Second.
All right. Any discussion on items 13, 14, 15, 16, or the addendum?
I have one.
Okay?
If you didn't mind, Scott, could you just, or could someone read the addendum
Yeah.
aloud for the people that are watching at home?
I would be happy to read the addendum loud for
Just
the
so they
people
see
at
what
home.
it is, yeah.
All right. Addendum. It is recommended by the superintendent that the Board of Education accept the funding allocation under ARP Homeless 2 for the project period April 23rd, 2021 to September 30th, 2023. That allocation is $7,291 and will be used to offset unanticipated costs related to transporting homeless students to school. Breaks my heart that I have to read that. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Kathy, please call roll.
Ms. Polachina,
Yes.
Ms. Gulon,
Yes.
Mr. DeStefano,
Yes.
Ms. Turkington,
Yes.
Ms. Gravatt,
Yes.
Mr. Falcone,
Yes.
and Mr. Francis.
Yes, thank you very much. Item 17, board member comments. Start with Jackie.
Thank you for coming. I'm excited to learn more about the foundation. This is amazing. I'm sad that it had to be formed, but I'm glad that it's there for those who need it. So thank you for all of that. Thank you to Joe for talking to me Tuesday and for setting up the opportunity to meet with the students and the community at the Hopatcong events. I think that's going to be really important for everybody to see us out there all year long, not just at board meetings, and to really understand that Joe really is there always for everybody, for any questions that you have. And I'm excited for the new year because I think that the board has really put a lot of work and we have a lot of really good people working for our district for all of the right reasons to do great things. So thank you to everybody and enjoy the rest of your summer and see you in August.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jen?
Fundraising for cheerleading and football has started. Our next fundraiser is Chipotle on August 1st, Mount Carmel. Chiefs cheerleaders are having a car wash on August 7th at Lakeside Tire, and we're having Buffalo Wild Wings on August 10th. Chipotle and Buffalo Wild Wings cheerleading and football are splitting the proceeds.
Thank you.
you very much for this. I'm excited to look at it. And just thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Have a safe summer, and thank you for the 3 people that showed up.
Thank you, Jada. Phil?
Phil, you said Phil instead of Joe, okay, I thought you were calling me.
He coming back this
Yeah,
week.
he's coming back this week. Just to keep you honest.
So eldest male first, I got it.
Keep you on your toes.
The only thing I want to do is basically say thank you for everyone on the board especially, as well as the folks that are listening in. Also, for those folks who are listening in, please leave your comments. You can leave comments on the
I don't think they
website.
can leave comments on the live stream, but they.
I thought it was on YouTube.
It is, but I don't think it takes comments. I have to double check.
In that case, send an email.
But send to, what was the pin you needed? Ask Joe?
Ask
Ask Joe.
Ask Joe, he knows.
Ask Joe. The other thing is just that the beautification project, how much money are you trying to raise?
I'm not trying to raise anything.
You do need money to buy plants.
I'm trying to get donations.
Again, how much?
Sky's the limit.
Is the Rotary Club donating?
Well, that's my point. I'll talk to those guys.
I don't
for sure.
have an answer.
All right.
We don't know.
I'll talk to the Rotary Club anyway about it.
We don't know
I've
who's
got-
donating what yet.
Yeah, all right. We'll figure
Also,
that
I
out.
got a bunch of fairies irises that are like taking over my garden. I don't know if you have to donate.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take
I
it.
don't know either. I'm not sure I want it.
You need hospice, and I've got hospice.
This is good.
I've got a lot of weeds I have to grow.
I've got an abundance in my yard that I
Take
need to
those.
clean out.
All right, that's it for me.
Gardening
Thank you.
is-
Thank you, Phil. Joe?
Thank you so much for this. Thank you for
Yeah,
coming.
this is really great.
Yeah, this is great. I can't wait to read more about it, so thank you. That's all I have.
All right, I'll wrap it up. Thank you, and thank you, whoever's out there. We appreciate you all. I'm in a gracious mood tonight. Thank you all. You know, it's, I'll say it every time, but the people on this board are doing some pretty cool stuff. And I get to sit up here and be the president of it, so that's kind of awesome. And again, Joe and council and Jeff, who's not here, Kathy, we have good people. So it's a good town, and I'm very proud to be here. And with that, we have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you, Phil.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy.
You're welcome.
You have to turn that off or Kyle turns it.
He can turn it off. I just have to let him know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right. Thanks for the reminder. That's all I need is another pen.
Some of that stuff might have read. Remember that email? Yeah. Yeah, it's,
That's fine.
But I'll
Yeah, that's fine.
Hold on a
Yeah, I'm
second.
sure.
You may shut us down.
Sometimes it's hard to articulate.
yeah.
Do you want me to do anything here? Do you want me to shut